Tonight, you are going to do something extraordinary. You are going to lie down, close your eyes, and stop. Not rest. Not pause. You are going to surrender consciousness entirely. Your muscles will go limp. Your body temperature will drop. Your heart rate will slow to its lowest point in the entire day. And for several hours, you will be, by almost every external measure, indistinguishable from a corpse. You have done this every single night of your life. You have never questioned it. But here is what no one tells you: your body does not experience sleep the way your mind does. To your body, what happens every night is not rest. It is a controlled crisis. A managed emergency. A rehearsal for death that your cells have been running since the first animals crawled onto dry land. The real answer to why you sleep is far stranger than you have ever been told. Start with what actually happens the moment you fall asleep. Your brain does not go quiet. It gets louder. Within minutes of losing consciousness, electrical activity in your brain shifts into patterns that would look alarming on any hospital monitor during waking hours. Waves begin sweeping across your cortex in long, slow pulses. Your hippocampus starts firing in rhythmic bursts, replaying fragments of the day at speeds far faster than real time. And then, roughly 90 minutes after you close your eyes, something even stranger begins. Your brainstem sends a signal down your spinal cord. That signal cuts motor function to your voluntary muscles. Your arms and legs go chemically paralyzed. Not metaphorically. Chemically. A flood of glycine and GABA, two powerful inhibitory neurotransmitters, clamps down on your motor neurons and holds them there. You cannot move. You do not know this is happening. But if the system ever fails, and for some people it does, you wake up fully conscious and completely unable to move. Lying there in the dark. Aware. Paralyzed. Why would your body do this? Why would evolution favor an animal that renders itself completely helpless every single night? Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at the University of California, Berkeley, and the author of one of the most thorough examinations of sleep science in recent memory, argues that this question gets the logic backwards. The real question is not why your body paralyzes you. The real question is why your brain, while your body is paralyzed, creates such vivid, emotionally intense experiences that your muscles would otherwise try to act on them. The paralysis, Walker suggests, is not a bug. It is a containment protocol. Your brain is running a simulation so real, so physically convincing, that without the lockdown, you would act it out with your body. Sleep is not rest. It is processing. And the cost of that processing is that your body must be temporarily taken offline. But the motor paralysis is only one part of the managed crisis. Consider what else happens to you while you sleep. Your immune system enters its most aggressive repair cycle of the entire day. Cytokines, proteins that coordinate immune response, flood your body in concentrations that would trigger fever-like inflammation if they appeared during waking hours. Your growth hormone, the primary signal for cellular repair across nearly every tissue in the body, reaches its peak daily release in the first few hours of deep sleep. Your glymphatic system, a network of channels around your brain's blood vessels only identified by researchers in 2012, opens up and flushes toxic metabolic waste out of your brain tissue. Including amyloid beta, the protein that accumulates in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Your brain is not resting at night. It is doing its most intensive maintenance work of the entire day. And that work is so metabolically demanding, so structurally disruptive to normal brain function, that it simply cannot happen while you are awake. It requires the shutdown of your conscious operating system. Think about that for a moment. Your brain must go offline so it can repair itself. The very organ responsible for your awareness of the world must render that awareness dark so it can fix the damage accumulated from a single day of being aware. You cannot be conscious and simultaneously maintain the hardware that makes consciousness possible. Every single night, you pay a debt. And if you do not pay it, the interest compounds. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania, in a landmark study led by David Dingas, kept volunteers awake for just 6 hours per night for 2 weeks. Not fully sleep-deprived. Just mildly short-changed. By the end of the 2 weeks, their cognitive performance had collapsed to levels equivalent to full sleep deprivation for 2 days straight. But here is the extraordinary part. When the subjects were asked to rate how impaired they felt, most of them said they felt fine. They had lost the ability to accurately perceive their own cognitive decline. Their brains were degrading. They did not know it. They could not feel it. This is what makes sleep deprivation so dangerous. It removes the symptom that would make you want to stop doing it. Now go back further. Go back before hospitals and mattresses and blackout curtains and alarm clocks. Go back to the open savanna, or the forest edge, or the mouth of a rock shelter. Go back to the world where sleep was not a comfortable ritual but an unavoidable vulnerability. Your ancestors had to sleep. Every animal with a nervous system complex enough to need maintenance has to sleep. But your ancestors slept in a world full of things that ate other things. Every time they lost consciousness, they became prey. Every night was a biological gamble. Lie down, close your eyes, stop moving, and hope that nothing found you before dawn. And yet the drive to sleep was so powerful, so biologically non-negotiable, that no evolutionary pressure could eliminate it. Dolphins evolved to let only half their brains sleep at a time so they can keep swimming. Migratory birds evolved to sleep in mid-flight for seconds at a time, catching microsleep between wing beats. Some fish sleep with one eye open, literally, cycling hemispheric sleep in alternating patterns. The entire animal kingdom has bent itself into extraordinary shapes to fulfill the sleep requirement without dying in the process. Your own body carries the fingerprints of that ancient risk. Jerome Siegel, an anthropologist and sleep researcher at UCLA, has studied sleep patterns in 3 traditional human societies in Tanzania, Namibia, and Bolivia, groups with minimal exposure to artificial light and modern schedules. What he found overturned decades of assumptions. These groups did not sleep 8 hours. They slept between 6 and 7.5 hours on average, often waking briefly in the night before falling back asleep. They did not treat sleep as a single unbroken block. They treated it as a flexible, watchful, light-sensitive process. Because in the ancestral environment, someone may have needed to be alert. Someone had to watch the dark. Your anxiety at night, the way your mind circles back to unresolved problems when you are trying to sleep, may not be a failure of your sleep system. It may be an ancient feature. A watchman routine that kept early humans from sleeping too deeply, too carelessly, in a world where that depth could get them killed. And yet here is what is extraordinary. Despite the paralysis, despite the metabolic shutdown, despite the hijacking of your motor cortex and the flooding of your tissue with inflammatory proteins, despite all of that, you wake up. Most mornings you wake up and you feel, eventually, okay. Sometimes you feel remarkable. Your body has run its maintenance cycle. The toxic proteins have been flushed. The memories of the day before have been compressed and filed. The emotional weight of your experiences has been processed in a chemical bath that, according to research from the Walker Lab, actually strips out the emotional charge of memories while preserving the factual content. You remember what happened to you. But your body no longer holds it with the same raw intensity. Sleep is the mechanism by which your brain decides what to keep, what to file, and what to let go of. It is the editor of your experience. The curator of who you are becoming. And here is the part that brings it home. Every night, when you lie down and close your eyes, you are doing something your body does not entirely trust. You are surrendering. You are releasing the grip. You are letting the system run without your supervision, trusting that when it is done, you will come back. That the shutdown is temporary. That the maintenance will complete. That the lights will come on again. For most of human history, that trust was not guaranteed. In the ancestral world, every morning was a small miracle. Every time an early human opened their eyes to another dawn, they had survived the nightly shutdown and come back from it intact. Tonight, when you lie down and close your eyes, your body is still running that same ancient protocol. The paralysis will come. The maintenance cycle will begin. Your brain will replay your day, strip its emotional charge, flush its waste, and decide who you will be tomorrow. You have done this every night of your life without knowing it. And every single morning, you have come back from it. Just like your ancestors did. On the open savanna, in the dark, listening.